Welcome to UFC Tonight, and just like the NFL, we were gone, but now we are back. Kenny Florian here alongside Daniel Cormier. DC, you've been gone for a month, honeymooning and being a civilian again. Welcome back, my man.
Loving it, loving it. I've been having the time of my life, man. I'm loving it.
I can tell. And I'm glad you're here, DC, because Jon Jones tested positive for turinabol from a sample the day before your guys' fight, of course, at UFC 214 in July. The B sample just came back out yesterday, and according to USADA, they said Mr. Jones's B sample has confirmed the A sample findings. Due process should occur before drawing any conclusions about this matter. Jones will appeal the test results. And DC, you fought Jones. What do you make of all this?
I think it's crazy. You know, it's one of the craziest things, and USADA's being very straight line saying due process.
Right.
But the reality is, you can't fail drug tests. You can pass 100 tests. You cannot fail one. And they're saying we have to wait for the due process, but what are we waiting for? You know, we've tested the A sample, tested the B sample, and if there's anything, you cannot test positive for performance-enhancing drugs, man. You just can't do it. It's unfair. I'm very upset about it.
Listen, and these things can happen, right? But when we're talking about Jon Jones against you, right?
Yeah.
This is the third time he did it. 3 fights involving your name, he tested positive for something. So that's the big problem. And my understanding for turinabol is the fact that, you know, first of all, it's extremely rare. And for a supplement company to have that in its product is extremely expensive. So how does it make sense that maybe this was a tainted supplement? That's what I don't understand. And again, giving, you know, the past history of Mr. Jones, it just doesn't look good for him. And him being away for potentially 4 years now, if it does go that route, is not good for him.
You said that he's going to fight this, and he has to, because this is a death sentence. If this does what it says it can be, it's a death sentence. You're right. This is a very expensive drug, something that is not going to just be easily found in a supplement.
Right.
You know, like, I've been in the USADA program for 12 years. I've never had these issues. If it was a mistake the first time, you got to be more careful, especially with all the scrutiny that was on him coming back from a suspension.
Right.
You've got to be cautious and careful. To expect people to understand anymore is just ridiculous.
Yeah, of course. You know, you had experience wrestling, of course, in the Olympics, and now with the UFC. And the California State Athletic Commission has overturned the bout to a no contest due to the failed test. So what does this mean for you, DC?
Well, I mean, you know, I talked to Andy Foster, and then I was like, man, you know, I lost the fight. And as a competitor, that's how I felt. But then Dana White called me today, and he said, if it's a no contest, then the fight didn't happen. He said, if one of you guys would have missed weight and he would have won the fight, you still would have kept the belt. He said, because of that, he goes, you know, the championship is getting returned to you. The fight is a no contest. If he cheated, he could not have fought and cheated and still won the fight. So, once again, I'm the UFC champion. Now, people will say stuff like, well, you got handed the belt. He cheated, and the reality is for me to say, I don't want this title when I was going to be in a championship fight anyways.
Right.
Financially, it's just a big difference if I don't fight as the champion opposed to fighting for a vacant title. I'm taking the belt.
Right. And it makes a lot of sense. The same thing. If he did an illegal strike or threw a set of illegal strikes, it would be the same exact result.
Same thing. He would be disqualified, and he wouldn't be able to fight. So he disqualified himself by taking a steroid before the fight, so it didn't happen. So now I get the belt back, which is the right thing to do. And I'm not only saying that because it's me. Right. It's the right thing to do. You don't cheat the sport. You don't cheat the fans. You don't cheat me. You have all the physical advantages, sir. You're 30 years old. You're 6'4". You've got 85-inch reach. I'm 38 years old.
Yeah.
I would love to take stuff and wake up every morning and not have to walk down my stairs sideways and just get back to training. It's an unfortunate situation, man. We had one of the biggest fights of the year, and once again, this guy has made a mockery of the sport.
Well, I know this is the way that you wanted it to go down, but I do want to congratulate you on being the champ. You've always been a clean fighter, so congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.